dipped straight back into the coaching gig after the Sevens. You've been on the road. What motivated you to get back involved into the 15s game?
The Chiefs, as soon as I heard this competition, I was actually over preparing for the Olympics, and I heard, and there's an opportunity, I'm a Bay of Plenty boy at heart, and I've got a good connection with Clayton, and I've been following the Chiefs for a long time now, and what they've really done there, and what's something that I could really connect to, the Chiefs mana and the abundance of talent in the area. It was sort of, that's where I want to go, and it's not too much travel away from home, and feet on the ground in New Zealand. So, it was sort of definitely the next thing that I thought really, my purpose is seeing the potential in stomach and bringing that to life. And I certainly there's an opportunity there.
But we got a taste of it this year when the Blues took on the Chiefs at Eden Park, and it was a great occasion. What do you think this tournament's going to showcase?
Yeah, it's an opportunity to play and purpose for our wider group of ladies in New Zealand, with the Wharepamu Cup. And if you're not a part of the Black Ferns 15s, there's not much rugby. And you look at our men at the moment, they're trying to apply for time away from the game with sabbatical, whereas our ladies are probably the opposite, opportunity to be playing all year round. Our Sevens ladies played all year round, and it's just that consistent physical rugby, mental throughout the year. You see a real shift. So, and obviously, it's the next stepping stone, right? We've got a bigger group of ladies playing at a better level of rugby consistently is going to only grow the game at the top, but give that a massive amount of a centre for FPC players and those young school ladies that want to chuck on those rugby boots. They can see a real pathway. So, yeah, Kate Sexton's done a great job at putting this together. I know she's had some plans for a few years, and to see it come to life is it's awesome for women's rugby.
So how professional will it be? What will the commitments be like, and for how long?
Yeah, it's far out. It's 6 days together as a group, really, and then you get a week pre-season, sort of 4 days pre-season and a pre-season game, and then the 4-week competition where you get 4 days together. So it's called a Super Rugby, but the preparation isn't super at this time. But I think if you can get your group in, connect them early on and program them, and if they get that belief in an opportunity, I think with my experience with the ladies, you give them an opportunity and they'll run pretty quickly with it. And I think what we make of it this year, it's only going to grow, and the opportunity and more time together is only going to get more. So I know the ladies will be grateful for this opportunity, and they'll make the most of it.
So now it's a case of putting together a squad and contracting players. How many players do you think are going to travel, or will it be a case where you'll look quite often within the franchise to build your squad from first?
Yeah, we're pretty blessed here in the Chiefs. It's a big catchment area, and there's amazing amount of talent. Probably the reason why I sort of wanted to be the Chiefs coach too. You've got to have the people and coaching staff, holistic coaching staff, and so we're definitely looking within the Chiefs region. I know a lot of the other coaches have been looking within the Chiefs region, so it's I've been having to be pretty quick on my feet to try and keep our players. But I guess it's just like Super Rugby with the men. Who wants to be a Chief? Not just for this season. Who wants to be a Chief and make the Chiefs region their home? So we're actually looking for talent, younger talent, and looking at the future also.
Look, you had unbelievably great success with the Sevens, and congratulations for that, because that was never going to be easy, but you harnessed the talent. So for you, the transition, though, of coming into the 15s game again, is that going to take some time? Will you spend time inside the Chiefs environment, maybe with the men's team in the off-season preparing? How will you get back in the swing of having a few more players at your disposal?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit daunting sitting in a room with a whole lot more sort of ladies, and the expectations of those ladies can be quite daunting. But yeah, I've been spending a bit of time with Clayton, and I love rugby, and I've been watching 15s for a while, and I've watched the shift of the game. And at the end of the day, the principles are pretty similar, right? It's a game of possession, territory, and space. If you've got the ball, finding space, and if you haven't, taken it away. So you've got a few more players to do that on the 15th field, which makes defense probably a little bit easier. But, attack, you've got to work a little bit harder, and, the skill sets to be able to play wherever you want on the field. And I think there's a real, what attracted me was the opportunity to really bring that to life with the talent we have.
Will this competition next year be critical in terms of helping New Zealand prepare for the planned Rugby World Cup?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I guess it's, you get a better group of players playing next to each other, and you know how it is, Goldie, when you're playing and you can worry about your job more than the people around you. You get better at your craft, and can be really specific about what you're working on and not having to worry about others around you, and you're getting more time with the physical and the mental space, the higher pressure games. The spotlight's going to be on these ladies, and they probably don't get that too often. And the more the spotlight's on you and the pressure's on you, you learn to learn how you cope with it, or how you don't cope with it, and you can come up with strategies on how you can. So it's going to be massively beneficial for the Black Ferns coaches to see their players again under pressure and select their final squad.
Just lastly, I mean, is this now, if you think about the pathway to coaching at the elite level, specifically for the women's game, does that change that, and maybe even in the future, give women coaches that opportunity to branch out and experience so much more at a different level?
Oh yeah, I think it's a massive opportunity. Especially there's a lot of amazing women coaches out there at the moment, and they find it hard to crack through to that next level. I think it's an opportunity for organisations, clubs, franchises to be more courageous and give that opportunity. And I think that's going to happen through this competition, and I know it certainly is in mine. And it wasn't because they're anything to do with what sex they are. It's because this lady's a quality coach, and she's going to probably teach me quite a few things too, and it's going to be great and an opportunity for our ladies to coach more.
And just to finish off, look, I'm not sure. I mean, and you probably saw the game between the Blues and the Chiefs. There's some serious competition around this country, right? In terms of the, when they're up against each other, when the Hurricanes and the team that's going to be representing the South Island, there's a serious competitiveness. Bringing these girls together and motivating, that won't be too difficult.
No, it's more like sort of get out of their way and let them go for it. And with the Sevens, I've been with the Sevens crew for 10 years, and everything, whether it's down the beach, whatever, as soon as you start a game, it's ferocious. The competitiveness is certainly not lacking, and it's just a wonderful opportunity now for these ladies to put a jersey on and get a bit more support and play the game they love to play.
Welcome back to the coaching ranks. It didn't take you long, but we're looking forward to seeing you and your team next year in this wonderful competition. Thanks for joining us on The Breakdown.
Awesome. Thank you, Goldie.